guys, Wonder Bro. Today we're going to talk about the feeling of unreality, also known as derealization. There's another one that goes kind of hand in hand with this called depersonalization. Let me see if I can get that cleared up. Okay, is that better? Anyway, these kind of go hand in hand, and to me personally they're the scariest symptoms of severe high anxiety levels. And in case you don't know what those are but you're going through them, this video may help you out. Because I knew when I first started experiencing these symptoms, I knew that something was wrong. And because I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was only affecting me, and I didn't know that it was normal, well, it scared the hell out of me. So what are these feelings, this depersonalization, derealization that I'm speaking of? Well, they're very similar, but at the same time, they're very different. Depersonalization is basically where you feel out of your own body. You don't feel like yourself. It's like watching the world through a movie, okay? It's like seeing everything through a very different perspective than you would normally conceive things. As you can already tell just from the way I'm describing it, that's scary as shit. The best way to describe it, though, is like being on a bad fucking high. If you've ever been on one of those, I'm not saying I have, but that's probably the best way to describe depersonalization. You just don't feel like yourself. Nothing feels real. Derealization is a little different. You feel like yourself. You don't feel so detached from your own self, but the world around you, everything around you, feels completely fucked. It feels completely different, and it's like living your life in a movie rather than watching your life through a movie. So it's a bit different. It's the world around you rather than yourself. This sun is it's really fucking me up. But that's basically the difference between the two. They're very similar, like I said, but at the same time, they're very different. Now, if you've experienced these symptoms and you don't know what it is, now you do, and maybe it'll scare you a little bit less, because those symptoms are fucking scary. I know that. They're my most hated symptoms. I mean, I fucking hate anxiety in general, but these two symptoms get me the worst. Okay, it's fucking miserable. But once I learned that they were completely normal, and it's your brain just kind of taking a seat on the back burner because it's so fucking exhausted, that took the edge off, because I wasn't as scared, because I knew that it was normal and I wasn't going fucking crazy, okay? And seeing as that was my biggest fear, you know, depersonalization, derealization makes you feel that way, so it was like all adding up, and it was like, oh, it was making me fucking go crazy. I was like, I'm gonna go crazy. Once you learn that they're completely normal symptoms, it takes the edge off a little bit. The best thing you can do about these symptoms is to try to relax into them. That sounds ludicrous. It goes against everything you know, and it doesn't sound like it makes any sense at all, but that's the best way to take the edge off, okay? These symptoms will pass in due time. They always do. They won't stick around forever. So now you know, depersonalization, derealization, if you've ever felt these things before, they're completely normal. Try not to freak out too much about them. I promise you they don't mean anything more serious. It's just anxiety. And you and I already know how to kick anxiety's ass. If you don't, I've made videos on how to do just that. So don't freak out about these symptoms. Completely normal, exhausted mind. It just needs to fucking take a break, and that's all that's going on in your body. Don't freak out too much. Depersonalization, derealization, don't bother with them, okay? Very similar, very different, but now you kind of know a little bit more about them. If you want to look it up, but you already know just from watching this everything you need to know. So I hope that helps somebody who's experiencing these scary fucking feelings and had no idea what was going on inside their body, just to know that it is completely normal. And I've dealt with them many, many times. I am still standing. Nothing is going to happen to you. You are still in control, even though it doesn't feel like it. Anyway, guys, just figured I'd make that quick video, because, you know, thinking back, that was probably the scariest time for me, was when I was putting up with those things. I don't want someone else to have to go through that and not know what's going on, at least. Stay awesome, guys.